So good morning. Sorry, Carlos, about taking so long getting back. I'm at a conference in Vegas, as you can see, and as I've been really going everywhere at one time. All right, let's look at the question you sent. The question is find the length of the function 3/4 x to the power 4/3 minus 3/8 x to the 2/3 plus 8 on the closed interval from 1 to 27. Yeah, I tried to do this on the airplane coming down here, but nope, I couldn't do it. And when I got here, I've just been running around like a chicken with no head. All right. To solve this, to find the length, we have to use this formula. The integral from a to b of the square root of 1 plus the derivative squared dx. That's the length formula. So we have to work inside out. Step one is find, no, not inverse, find y prime. So our function is 4/3 x, or 3/4, I'm sorry, 3/4 x to the 4/3 minus 3/8 x to the 2/3 plus 8. So our derivative is we have 3/4 out in front. Bring this one down, 4/3, and subtract 1 makes it to the power 1/3. So we subtract 3/3 and do something here. Minus 3/8, bring the exponent down, 2/3, and subtract 1. So 2/3 minus 3/3 is negative 1/3, and 8's a constant, it goes away. So the 3's cancel, the 4's cancel, so all we have left is x to the power 1/3. The 3's cancel, the 2 and the 8 cancel to 1/4, and that's a negative exponent, so we have x to the power 1/3 on the bottom. All right, so that's step one. We have our derivative. Step two, we have to square it. Okay, so we know our derivative was x to the power 1/3 minus 4 minus 1/4 x to the power 1/3. So now we got to square that. What that means is we have to do the FOIL technique. All right, so x to the power 1/3, x to the power 1/3 becomes x to the power 2/3. Because x to the power 1/3 squared, you multiply the exponents. X to the power 1/3 times 1 over 4 x to the power 1/3 minus 1 over 4 x 1/3 times x to the power 1/3. Negative and negative makes it a positive. 1 over 4 x to the power 1/3 times 1 over 4 x to the power 1/3. Now let's simplify. So we have x to the 2/3. The exponents cancel, so we have minus 1/4. The x's cancel, so we have minus 1/4 again. 1 times 1 is 1. So we have 4 squared, which is 16. X to the 1/3 squared is x to the 2/3. Or if you want to do x 1/3 times x 1/3, add the exponents, you get x to the 2/3. Which gives us x to the 2/3 minus 2 over 4 plus 1 over 16 x to the 2/3. So that's x 2/3. These simplify to 1/2. So that is our derivative squared. All right, so we have our derivative squared. Now we have to add 1 to it. So this is going to be step 3. 1 plus the derivative squared. 1 plus our derivative squared is x to the power 2/3 minus 1/2 plus 1 over 16 x to the 2/3. Combine like terms. X minus 1/2 is 1/2 plus x to the 2/3 plus 1 over 16 x to the 2/3. All right, so far so good. Okay. So what we got to do now is the example we had in class is we have to try to make this a perfect square because the next step is square rooting it. And so we have to try to make it inside here. To do some algebraic process if necessary, so that it becomes a perfect square, and we can just to cancel with the radical. Let's rearrange this. And we see that our form of this first one is x to the power 1/3 squared plus 1/2 plus 1 over 4 x to the power 1/3 squared. So what we already have, we have perfect square here because x to the power 1/3, x to 1/3. So we have x to the power 1/3 is the first one. And so they're both the same signs. They're both going to be positive. And since this is a perfect square, we have 1 over 4 to the power x to the power 1/3. Because if we went ahead and FOILed this out, we'd get the same thing. Because the middle terms, the exponents would cancel. We have 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is 2 over 4, which is 1/2. And so we're in good shape so far. So that's our 1 plus y prime squared. Step 4 says take the square root now of 1 plus y prime squared. So what we have to do here is take what we had. We had the square root of x to the power 1/3 plus 1 over 4 x to the power 1/3 squared. The square root and the square cancel, so we're just left with x to the power 1/3 plus 1/4 x to the power 1/3. Step 4. So we just did this whole part. Now we have to take the integral of it. That would be step 5. Now we have to take the integral of our function with respect to x. All right, so remember, we're on a closed interval from 1 to 27. So it's 1 to 27. We get x to the power 1/3, 1/4 x to the power 1/3 dx. So we integrate both of these separately. The first one is going to be x, add 1 to the top, makes it 4/3, and divide by 4/3. Remember, the rule for integration is if you have x to the power n, it's going to be n plus 1 over n plus 1. And we do the same thing here. So the 1/4 is a constant. We could take out in front. Now what this one's going to become is going to be x to the power negative 1/3. So when we add 1 to it, we get x to the power 2/3 over 2/3. And that is from 1 to 27. So this becomes 3 over 4 x to the 4/3. This becomes 3 over 2 from 1 to 27. So we have 3 over 4 x to the 4/3. Nothing cancels, so we have 3 over 8. So now we got to differentiate this part. I'm not differentiate, but just plug in 27 and 1. So we have, let's bring back what we just had. 3 over 4 x to the 4/3 plus 3 over 8 x to the 2/3, 1 to 27. We start off with putting 27 in place of x. So we have 3/4 27 to the power 4/3 plus 3 over 8, 27 to the power 2/3. That's the top one. Now we subtract the 1. 3/4 1 to the 4/3 plus 3/8, 1 to the power 2/3. Okay, now 27 to the 4/3 is the same thing as the cube root of 27 to the fourth power. Cube root of 27 is 3. 3 to the fourth power is 81. So we have in the first one, we have 3 over 4 times 81. Again, 27, cube root of 27 is 3, squared is 9. And these ones, that's just the coefficients, 3/4 plus 3/8. Now, okay, we should move the brackets. Here we have nothing cancels, so we have 3 times 81. 3 times 8 is 24, times 3, 23 over 4. Nothing cancels here. 3 times 9 is 27. So this negative distributes in both of those. We have negative 3/4, negative 3/8. We can go ahead and combine like terms. So 243 over 4 minus 3 over 4 is 240 over 4. 27 minus 3 will be positive because 27 is bigger. 27 minus 3 is 24 over 8. 240 divided by 4. 4 goes into 24 6 times, so it's 60. 8 goes into 24 3 times. So the answer is 63. All right. I hope that helped. I'll be back in town late tonight. Then I'll be in class tomorrow. Talk to you soon. Bye.